Hi guys, FrostFangs here, back again, of course, with another Paladins video. We're playing some turn today. There are a few other characters that did have more important changes in this update than Terminus, but I covered those more recently than him. It's been over a year, so I'm really overdue for a video covering his stuff, and he's had a few over the past couple updates, and this one, so they've all sort of added up, been improved quite a bit, mainly around his ultimate, which now fully regens your Q and your F, and not your right click because it's kind of your Q, but yeah, you basically get a full reset now when you ult, which makes a really big difference to what would sometimes happen before we'd ult and then just die straight away because you had nothing ready. I haven't played him a crazy amount, like I said, overdue for the video on him, so it's kind of first impressions, but Term is still the same character. He's just a little bit less jank, a little bit better. He does sort of have 3 viable playstyles with the stun, the right click, and then just full tank, which I might show off today because it is actually pretty good. It does definitely depend on the situation we're going to be in, but Undying overall at the moment feels pretty solid compared to Crush and Decimation because these are now 100 damage 1 second. This is just 20% damage reduction below 50%, which is essentially when you're 2k under, and with the ult buffs and all the other stuff, it works quite well. As for the builds, they're pretty much the same they've always been. We've got the one based around holding your charges, 20% damage reduction, 10% speed, and then that plays into getting the generation on your Q with your basic hits. And the other version, which is the Q regen, just spamming your right clicks out a ton, self-heal, just faster gen. You've seen this before, I'm sure. Term has been the same kit-wise and build-wise for quite a while, even if some of the stuff has moved around and he's been tweaked a bit. He does have a pretty defined identity, I think. Alright, so for game 1, we've got a pretty good scenario for just the full tank setup here with a Ceres, Furia, Tyra, and Emoji on Siege Enchanted Forest. So I'm playing quite a bit of the new, I guess, older Siege maps, which have still been very fun to have back. I haven't got tired of them just yet. We're up against this on Andrew, Emoji, Dredge, and Victor. So yeah, definitely going for the full tank thing here, Undying, and then the setup. This isn't remixed, even though I got confused in the Kinessa video that went up the other day. There are 2 separate versions of playing the older maps. Sometimes they're level 7, and sometimes they're not, although I'm not sure if it's a limited thing. I'm still a bit confused on that, but this is the normal level 1. We'll go for double Nimble, Agony, Cherish, Toot, Burn Monster, Boom Boom, Shrapnel, Hurl, Godslayer, and Persistence. Don't know if that's the best choice here, because Master Riding and, you know, the mountain stuff means you don't really need the speed as much, but we are Term, so it's one of the, you know, easier characters to recommend it on. We're going to run left. Do I play the point? I guess, right, we can try and fight the Azan, block some big damage. I'm just going to hold it up to absorb all that stuff there, and then empty him. I know I am meant to be saving my charges, but I thought we'd just spam it there, get rid of the Emoji maybe. Just going to wiggle around a little bit. There's a tap, insta F. Alright, there's the Q again. We're going to hold him this time. I might be dead here. Never mind, Ceres with the heal. Just shred through. Got rid of the Victor too, but this is, of course, Fish Market, just modified a little bit, and the other 2 ones I actually don't think got turned into anything. So this is actually, you know, 3 maps, kind of, or really extended Fish Market, depending on how you look at it. Let's just hold off the Azan here. That stun went for way longer than I thought it would. You got a little bit confused too. We're going to F, slam there. I'm going to, of course, hold the charges here just for the damage reduction and the speed to, you know, burst to the right click really won't be worth it. Q a little bit. That's another stun. There we go. Pop it one more time. We're at full effectiveness. This is just kind of crazy when you're fully charged up. I'm waiting for the heal, although I don't know what's going on with both the supports. Shout out for the heal. Did dodge the Andrew a little bit. That is a really, really low Azan. There's a slap. One more. We feel so tanky when you've got all the charges, especially if you've got even like 1 healer helping you out. You can so aggressively push in with the Q. There's an Andrew ult trying to block, but Victor's on the other side. Pushed it in too hard. Didn't think he was going to go up and ult, to be honest. Slapping away here at the Azan. There we go. I guess we'll go for Rejuvenate next, although I could also go Morale Boost. I'm waiting for some damage to come in, but honestly it takes them a while. Dredge is really the one stacking me up. We'll just dance around a bit. We are so tanky when we below that threshold. We really are just annoying as hell to get rid of. Trust me, I played against a couple good terms after these changes, and they've definitely added up. You know, just making him way more annoying when you get that ult off and he gets the full meter back. I don't know if you keep your charges on the meter, like the actual right clicks. I think you do. Just going to continue to contest here. There's a right click, will burst him. That was maybe a bad idea, but I was hoping I could fill it up pretty quick if we didn't clear him. That kind of worked. Ceres ulted there. I do have my ult, so I'm going to push in here super aggressive and just use the meter first. The Q didn't go off. There we go. Use the meter and then we'll pop it. That is if I die. I seem to just be tanking it, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. Double, triple. Can we get a quadra? Where's he going? Just there. I'm going to push in on the Dredge here. For some reason, I forgot about the teleporter. There's an unofficial quadra, kind of penta. I don't know how he didn't die, but that really does show off the tanky setup. That felt insanely strong there to just be so aggressive with Term, and we were getting heals from the Furia and the Ceres, but it's a pretty much ideal scenario for it. I didn't even get to show off the ultimate, which is what I was trying to do there. I was trying to die and then ult and use the meter again and the F and everything, but we just tanked it and lived, so it worked out either way. I should point out that Rejuvenate got nerfed a little bit in this update. For some reason, the wall's not coming down. Have I DC'd? Well, that's the first time I think I've ever seen a grey screen on Paladins with a crash. I thought it was my internet, but I think I'm still up. Player disconnected. We'll reconnect, see what happens. I don't know. Bit weird. Oh, just back to the main menu, so I guess the game crashed. That's definitely going to mess up the pace of the video, but whatever. We'll just pretend that 2-0 was a 4-0 and we'll keep it running really, really strong, as you sort of saw there, even though that was a really short demonstration. You are so tanky with this now, let alone, you know, all the other tweaks that I haven't really been able to show off so far. We've got Siege Ascension Peak, much more normal here for, game 2 for the teams. We've got IO, Xin, Ray, and Tyra. Another good scenario here for the tanky sort of thing. We're up against Eevee, Ruckus, Corvus, Inara, and Victor. So yeah, pretty much perfect for what I'm trying to show off here. It's going to depend a lot on the team, although Paladins seems to be performing weirdly because I think a lot of new people and old people are sort of joining lately, which is great. But what I was trying to say is I used to really like the idea of Turn being the melee aggressive sort of absorption and then throwing damage back at you tank, but I think his identity now fits in way more of being the really beefy, really tanky, normal sort of frontliner that can also res and has like the immune damage block thing, and then his damage output, while solid, isn't the main focus. You can still go for decimation and crush if you want a bit of CC. You can't really play around the F that much, it is just the stun, but it does still, you know, alter your playstyle significantly. And then what I would consider and hope is the main thing, because I think it fits in really well, like I was just trying to say, the tanky whilst also outputting a little bit and sort of holding your charges unless you really want to trade him off, although I don't know how many of you guys agree with me on that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Term's sort of position in the meta and how he's, you know, the type of character that he is. But we've got Lifelink, Most Skill, Yomi, Focus, kind of bad with words today, Dark Gift, Treacherous Ground, Cardio, Aerial Assault, and Wormhole. This might be tough. We'll see. The double tank is scaring me a bit. There's a Q, Treacherous Ground. I guess we can just destroy it, right? We can absorb Salmon and just clear it. I don't feel like that's actually going to be that bad on the Inara, as long as I don't push up too much, which I then proceeded to instantly do. We're just going to slash away at her here, clear that, F, there's a slam. I'm going to honestly just focus the Inara here and try and slash through it. The sound effects on the skin do make it feel like you're slashing away with like a massive axe. It's kind of great. We'll go for the F here. Slam, burst. Yeah, I could have probably left it in there first, but that's a good time to use the charges because we're kind of pushing them off here. That F on the Inara is actually really kind of annoying me just for the slow. It doesn't really stop me from doing anything. Just block the Ruckus. There's a hit. Right click slash. There's a Q. One more. Drop a U-Rock there to the healers because these guys are putting in work. I think double support at the start of the match might be better than double tank, although it does fall off towards the end. I think double tank has sort of become the meta and double healer even every now and again. I don't know. I don't play ranked obviously. More so like casual and what I see people actually run as like comps, although a lot of, you know, damage and flank combos with no tanks and very few healers. It's also really, really common, but yeah, I'm seeing more and more people run teams with double tank and double healer to the point where it's probably the norm. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job here retreating. I don't know if I just blocked that Inara or if she missed, I'm not sure, but there we go, got rid of him. There's a slow, there's a Q. We could push in and then go for the ult. I do want to see if I hold my charges. I feel so tanky, by the way, when we're below that threshold. Can I actually run his ult? I don't know if I can, but either way, I don't think it really matters because he's just gone. Yeah, well done team. Feels ridiculous when you're fully stacked up and you've got a healer holding you. Don't know if she's running like a speed buff, but IO and Ray just really, really buff you out and make Term feel really, really strong. And even if they don't have a speed buff, you're pretty quick on your own when you're running this sort of setup. I might try and go for an ult here just to use the Q, be super annoying. We'll go for the F. There we go, get rid of the Inara. Get rid of the Victor too. We're just unbeatable here, I feel like. He's gone. I was hoping the Zim would do that. Going to go for Haven and Veteran. We got cleared because both the healers died. I'm not sure if that really makes sense. I feel like Veteran actually works quite well because of the tank setup and it plays into our talent kind of. There's a slow, there's a Q. I'm trying to focus on getting stacks, but they're all just focused on running away, so it doesn't really work. Eevee moving kind of mad here. Did get a slash on it. We've got a couple seconds to regroup. I'm going to wait, charge up a little bit of the meter. Pushing in here on the Corvus, trying to finish him. That's a push failed. I really thought the team had that one covered. I'm a little bit confused. I'm going to look back here real quick. I don't know what was going on. I was pushing and trying to zone them, but it seems like no one was on it. That's a 1-1. Do we go for Rejuvenate or Morale Boost? I honestly can't decide. I'm going to play one more round to see how the healers are doing. If I need the Rejuvenate and they're, you know, putting in work and focusing me, we will go for it, but Morale Boost is also very, very tempting. Hello, Inara, probably should have saved that. I forget that you actually keep them through rounds for some reason. We'll hit her there with the F. That didn't really work. Corvus moving kind of funny. He is dead. The IO and I think Ray just really shredded him. They're playing so weird on the point. Honestly, they're so separated that we have kind of a free push on it. He's still up. Double tap. No, he got the thing off. I'm actually out of meter here. I do have the ultimate up. Pop the Q a little bit. Just going to run on. Pop the ult. There we go. Fully regen the meter. The effects on that, they say on the patch don't show. You know, it going up is super nice. I guess we can't block on our stun. For some reason, I thought that I could. We're all right here for a little second. There's an F any minute. No, we're crippled. There's an F. Double hit. He is gone. Never mind. Thought I'd maybe get one on him there, but the Inara just tanked the entire thing. He was literally one tap there, kind of failed, but we've got a little bit more Haven. We're going to keep it running. We're going to block some damage here as we go through. Just pop an F, slam. That actually hit. Nice, one more hit. She's kind of low. There's the Q. Just make sure we're on it to touch. Stop them from getting it up that 81%. Tyra ulted, bop the right click, burst him. Don't know if that was really a good time to use it. Victor's gone. Eevee's on nothing. Seems like we've got it here, right? It's just the Eevee and the Inara. Yeah, no shot, easy. There we go. Totally wasn't worried, even for a minute. Eevee's just flying about. Right click. That is the overtime trigger. There, Corvus is dead though, so I think you've got it. Just absorb that from the Victor. Ruckus is ulting. A couple taps just to try and finish it off early. There we go. Sort of a good example of the trade-off sometimes you want to make with it, where the burst damage on it is better than just like absorbing in one direction. If you can output like a K really, really quickly on somebody, it might be worth the trade-off. And there, I don't know if it even was, but I did it anyway. Let's push up on him. We'll go for the F, slam the Ruckus, right click, Q, just to block. Zin is dead. Okay, hello Eevee. I am stuck a little bit. I'm just going to melee away at the Inara just to get our meter back up. There's a Q. They are all here. Okay, there's an insta F, which didn't go off because I think I hit the Inara thing. Don't know what the hell I was doing, to be honest, but whatever. We'll keep it running. We got a couple charges. I went for more Veteran. I don't know if that really makes sense, but at the end, Veteran 3 I think is going to be worth it. I just don't know what to get as the last item. I'm really just stuck between Morale Boost and going for Rejuvenate. Full charges. We really are just insanely tanky now. I do kind of need to get close though to actually be able to hit the melee to regen it, or else our meter doesn't actually really gen very quick. Do need to push in here kind of aggressively to keep the meter gened there, or else it can be kind of tough to block. You do need to play at least pretty aggressive to get that 9% on that card, which is just really, really strong by the way. Victor just running. Okay, hello. Yeah, Ruckus trying to get back into spawn. Trying to body block a little bit. That didn't work. Bit of a weird one here, honestly. We are so quick even with that slow from the Inara just because of our speed buff, even though we don't have any resilience whatsoever. I do have the ult. I don't know if this would be a good scenario to use it. I guess we can use the meter up a little bit more and then go for it. Yeah, sure. I'm going to just pop it here. If they do kill me, it's so hard for me to die with this talent that honestly it's kind of taking him a minute. There we go. Detonate. We keep our charges. That's what I wanted to find out. I really should know that as somebody who plays Term like occasionally, but kind of bad of me. We'll just slash away here at the Ruckus. Okay, he's gone. Q, a little bit. Might as well use a bit of the meter because we gen so much per hit. She's going for the ult. I did try an F for a bit of movement because I know that resets. There's a slam, burst. He's not dead. I'm going to go for Rejuvenate. Was very tempted to go for Morale Boost. I think I probably should have gotten Morale Boost over Veteran, but I'm not 100%. We're just going to slam the Ruckus, Q him. I think he actually got out of that early. We'll block the ult from the Victor. There's another one. Thank you for the free stack, Victor. I appreciate it. We're going to push in on him here because we are pretty quick. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I think if I'm close enough, getting our meter up is probably more valuable than the damage we take, right? Because we regen so much meter. It's a slam. He's gone. Sure. Burst through the Victor. He's actually on 2 health. There we go. Thanks, Zin. We'll get rid of the Inara here as well. You really are just insanely tanky though when you're below 50% and you've got the damage reduction from the cards. I don't know if Term is too good. I don't think I would say that. I like him being this strong. I think it makes sense. But I'll leave that up to you guys. Again, like I said in a recent video, we'll get more slashes on here. Probably shouldn't have done that. Pop the F, slam here just for the slow, but I think it's going to be more of a kill than anything. We'll pop the Q. There we go. There's the victory. Felt really, really good to play Term there. Again, just like at the start of that first game. I don't know what else I can say. I think the gameplay really speaks for itself at the moment with how many of these little changes add up to make him feel way better. Doesn't really have many things I'd complain about. Solid, and that feels kind of weird to say about Term, but 10, 3, 62k, tons of time there on the point. Shouts to IO and the Rage. She was actually kind of playing as a damage there with focus, and it worked very well, to be honest, and I was focused on the heals. Tyra did solid though, so did the Zin. Really, really great example there of teamwork. On their side, Victor played kind of weird. They had the opposite all over the place. They didn't play badly individually. I think they all kind of did fine and actually pretty well, to be honest, but as a team, they weren't really doing it. And yeah, there we go. Updated, buffed Term for 2023. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, yeah, leave a like if you've enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on all these changes, of course, down in the comments. I'm really enjoying this build at the moment, the tanky version of Term, whereas I used to way prefer the damage-focused Term. Term as a tank now actually feels sort of up to par with a lot of the other options. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys all really, really soon. And as always, stay frosty.